Oh, we've got a real exciting week up ahead, Bun Buns, because guess what? Me, Zepla, I'm gonna be helping out to cast the world race for the ultimate. Oh my god. Yeah. I will be helping out to cast it and give my analytical analysis of what's going on. And you know, if you know me, that I'm very good at that. I'm extremely good at knowing exactly what's going on around me at all times in the game. So I really think I'm gonna be helpful there. So in light of that, in light of the very exciting week we have coming up ahead, I wanted to have a little chat with y'all and like sort of pick your brains a little bit. It's such a gross expression, isn't it? It's so nasty. To basically, I wanted to ask your predictions and expectations from what you think we're gonna see out of the race and out of this ultimate. Like, we don't know anything about it at all. Pretty much all we know is a little bit of hints that Yoshi P has given us in recent live letters, which actually I looked back on my notes of stuff that he said specifically about Dragonsong War, and this was in March 31st live letter. He said that the weapons dropped will once again, as is typical for Ultimate, have special effects that look really stand out special effects that are shiny and get everybody's attention and let everybody know that you're a god gamer. The title will also be stand out and will give players the proof of having surpassed the fierceness of battle, whatever that means. So I don't know what the title's gonna be. Do you think it's gonna be another like legend, like the something legend title? I think so. I definitely think so. I think it'll probably be like, well, it has to be either dragon related or Ishgard related. So like the Holy Legend or the Draconic Legend or the Orthodox Legend. The Legendary Legend. The Turbo Legend. Dragonsong Legend. Yeah, but that's so predictable. It's probably gonna be Dragonsong Legend. It's probably. Okay. Oh, Legend of the First Brood? Ooh. That's so cool that whatever it is gonna be a letdown from that idea. That is a real cool title idea. Legend of the First Brood. Because yes, it looks like we are going to be encountering Nidhogg and Hracefulgur. Let me show you the screenshots that they have given us as teasers in the past. They've shown us just a couple. And here's one. So we see Hracefulgur with the Allagan collar around his neck. And we see Nidhogg. So you look at that and you immediately think, would Nidhogg do that to Hracefulgur? I don't think Nidhogg would do that. Okay, even in a really wacky what-if scenario, because Nidhogg was super pissed already about what happened to Bahamut by the Allagans. So, it seems unlikely. I don't know who would do that. Thornton totally would do it. Thornton totally would do that, yes. I agree. Okay, here's the other picture. So that is you know where. Nobody could forget being there. If you've been there, you know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So that looks like to be a different location than where we saw Nidhogg and Hracefulgur just a second ago. Yeah. So how stable and sturdy is that blue platform? I don't know. Not sure. Okay, and here's the last one that we've seen. Here's the last one that we've seen. Right there. Yeah. So we're going to be facing Thornton in the Nice 12. We do know that. And there will be Nidhogg and Hraesvelgr involved. But we know that, I mean, wouldn't Nidhogg and Hraesvelgr be fighting with Thornton also? Like, so is this like, how many, are they fighting each other while they're fighting you? Or is this going to be like different phases? But then what happened in the previous phase? Like, oh, we'll see. We'll just have to see. I'm very curious. I do know also that Yoshpi said that this is going to be less about riddle solving, like less about using your knowledge of lore, well, mostly world first people, using their knowledge of lore to try to figure out whatever the riddle is. And then once they figure it out, the mechanic itself isn't that hard, but figuring out is really hard. He says it's not going to be so much of that, but more like execution of mechanics will be the hard part. Like you'll understand how it works, but you will have a very difficult time getting past it just from pure mechanical execution of the things. So, yeah. So he said it's going to be the hardest ultimate ever seen, the hardest ultimate ever released so far. He also said it's not going to take 20 minutes, but to not worry about how long it will take. Which, does that mean significantly longer? Like what does that mean? I've been wondering about that for a long time, but we won't know until this week. And the question is how long it will take for World First to get past it. I still don't think it's going to take him more than a week. I really don't. Even though Yoshpi said it's the hardest ultimate ever, I don't know if we're going to see a 2-week. You think shorter? Oh, you think it's going to be even shorter than 20, but harder. But how could it be so short and so hard? You know? I still think it's going to be a week. Personally, I really do. I really do. And so, wait a second. As for the comp that people are probably going to bring in there, well, there's this, I mean, thoughts per second is doing really, really well. I think they were the last ones to get the world first and ultimate. And so their comp is most likely going to be Dark Knight, Gunbreaker, White Mage, Scholar, Black Mage, if it's top per second, Ninja, Bard, and Red Mage. Red Mage got to be in there for the, it's just too convenient to have Red Mage in there for Prog. As for other teams, I have absolutely no idea what they would bring. They can play what they want. Yeah, the thing about thoughts per second is that they really just let people play the job that they really like and want to play. Final Fantasy XIV allows you to do that, actually. Yeah, they're not that hung up on the comp. But the game allows you the freedom to do that because the jobs are all good. Thinking about what the... Yeah, it's a real shame that they don't stream. It's a real shame they don't stream. As long as you don't double up, pretty much. But I can't imagine not taking a White Mage. Like, the only question for them would be White Mage or Astrologian. But, I mean, now that the lilies are fixed and White Mage has such a good mobility and so much free healing, like, I don't see... But then again, there are buffs from Astrologian. I still feel like it's going to be White Mage. I do. Macrocosmos, though. I mean, yeah, Macrocosmos can be a game changer depending on what the mechanics are like. I would imagine that for World First Raiders, they have a couple of jobs ready to go in case there's a mechanic that someone would need to switch to that would just be significantly better to get past that particular thing. Also, in patch 6.1 website, let me pull this up for you. Regarding the ultimate section, here's what it says, okay? There are no ifs in history, yet man is wont to cast his mind toward the path not walked. Thus spoke the wandering minstrel, which is Yoshipi, and at his urging, you reflect upon bygone trials with newfound perspective. Your imagination stirred by the man's masterfully woven verse, you dream of an alternate conclusion to the Dragonsong war. So the question is, what will Thornton do that he was not allowed to do in the actual conclusion to the Dragonsong war? That could mean a lot of different things, because he wanted to do a lot of insane things that he was stopped from doing. Merge with dragons. See, that's what I thought. With terrain. I think it's possible, and I was talking about this with Tag earlier, and we kind of both agree. He's probably gonna get all the eyes from the dragons, and he's going to consume the dragons, and he's gonna transform into like a dragon god king and be insanely powerful, because you have to imagine first brood dragons in the lore are, I think, the most powerful entities in the lore right now. They are otherworldly, extremely ancient entities, and pretty much every time you fight one, you need to have like powers of a dragon to defeat one of these things. So think of that combined with thousands of years of prayer as him in like a basically primal Thornton form combined with the dragons. We're just, as far as speculation on what's going to happen in the fight goes, you're pretty much just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. You're just like, that's the fun part right now. We're just guessing what could happen. I remember he definitely wanted to merge with the Warring Triad. He wanted to consume the Warring Triad to like consume and absorb their power to become even more powerful being. But we stopped him from doing that. But what if instead, I don't think there's gonna be Warring Triad in this, because I think in the past Yoshipi said that he wanted to do another ultimate that involved Warring Triad. So I don't think that we're gonna see, it would just be way too much going on. But considering the fact that he already is established to want to do crazy stuff like that he would absolutely try to consume Nidhogg and Hraesvelgr and become the Dragon God King. That usually in the final phase of an ultimate, you will see a new creation, like something new you haven't seen before, something really crazy and different and just insanely powerful. So that's my guess. I mean, he could just drink dragon blood, but I guess that would be pretty much the same thing as consuming the dragons. Yeah. I also wonder if Estanian will show up in some way. Or if maybe Shiva. I doubt it. It's possible, but I think Estanian is more likely to show up than Shiva. And actually, I was thinking about this thing with the Dragon God King idea we were throwing around earlier, and looking at the concept art for someone corrupted by being absorbed by a dragon's power. And just look at that and think about it, you know. Wait, let me turn this off so you can see. Just think about that. I mean, the concept is so cool. It's so badass. Imagine Thornton, but like that, right? It's just concepts. I don't know. Just letting imagination run wild right now, because anything can happen. It's all what ifs. It's all what if scenarios. What if all the knights... Oh, what if all the knights become draconic? What? Oh, I didn't even think about all the knights. Oh, that would be so cool. You did skip leg day, yeah. Well, if you're flying, it makes sense that your legs would probably get pretty puny, don't you think? If you're flying around all the time, you're like, they're gonna be like sylph legs. It's just little little sticks. What if you, oh wait, what if you, the player, what if you get a debuff that makes you like get wings and dragon scales? What if you turn into a Drakthir in the process? Look, I would be very surprised if there was not going to be some kind of dragon corruption going on in this ultimate. I would be real surprised. I'd be real surprised. But I'm trying not to get my hopes up for Shiva appearing, as cool as that would be. Yeah. And don't forget though, Yoshi said that if you're not a world first player and you're just gonna try it out as soon as the content releases like everybody, be prepared to spend at least 5 months. That's if you're like not world first, but pretty good. That's what he said. So, I mean, that's a little concerning. It's a little bit concerning. Oh, what if Thornton turns into the Dragon God King, and then at the end, Midgardsormr shows up, and he buffs you up so you can fight Thornton, the Dragon God King, kind of like how the Phoenix buffs you up in UCOB, I think it was, fight Golden Bahamut. If Midgardsormr is like, you know, Daddy Dragon comes in and decides to take control of the situation. That would be so cool. What if the 12 Dragon Knights doing spins and flips? Yes. Yeah. So basically, all of the 12 Dragon Knights, so basically the Knights 12, they're going to turn into Dragon Knights, and they're all going to be doing spins and flips at different times, and they're all going to have dragon eyes, and then they're all going to have dragon heads, and the dragon heads are all facing in different directions, and every one of them has a tether attached to them that attaches to a player, but they all have different colors. Strieto, it's funny you say that. A test of your reflexes, because Yoshi literally said the content difficulty is adjusted with the aim of testing your reflexes. He actually said that. But I think it'll be not only a test of your reflexes, but a test of your patience as well. You need immense patience to prog ultimate. You need to like dying the exact same way over and over for 5 hours straight, and then go back and do the same thing again the next. Actually, that's casual. That's casual hours. 5 hours. Like, actually, I wonder how many people took off work this week so they could be hardcore about the raid this week. 5 hours is nothing. It's nothing. What channel is that going on? Mog Talk? Yes. Yeah. So we are going to be supporting Doctors Without Borders, their efforts in Ukraine. So I'm extremely happy to be helping out in this. And obviously this is a very important cause to me.